Good morning, guys. I hope everyone's having a lovely day. It is Amy Elizabeth, and welcome to your Thursday. So I wanted to talk to leaders today, high-level leaders, whether you are leading a team, whether you are leading employees, whether you are in corporate, whether you are a high-level coach. Your intelligence towards alignment for your people is what brings in the massive results, is what creates consistency, is what creates effortlessness, is what creates ease. And when I am working with a high-level client, such as a high-level coach or somebody that is in corporate or somebody that is leading a team, they already know this. They know that they need to be putting in the work to understand what is needed for growth, for consistency, for massive results, for happiness. And at this point in 2020, leaders, really good, powerful leaders, understand or are understanding that the happiness and alignment of their team, their members, their people, their clients, they need to be happy. They need to feel aligned, they need to feel worthy, they need to feel understood, they need to feel seen, they need to desire to do the work. Otherwise, we create inconsistency, we create breakdowns, we create health issues, we create mental health issues, anxiety, stress, overwhelm, unhappiness, bitterness, frustration, anger. And when we are, hello gorgeous, say hello when you're joining on, hello Carrie, hello Crystal, hello Lisa. When we are creating teams that are excited, people that are happy, clients that are like, okay, this is what's going on, let's do the thing, I want to shift this, that are willing to be coachable, that are willing and desiring to do their absolute best at their job in the position they're in with their clients, to step into the next levels, not only for you, but for themselves, when this desire, this pull is natural and it is consistently there. Good morning, Jackie. Hello, Maria. So it becomes your responsibility as a leader to create the space, to create the availability for these people to all be completely satisfied, to have the most amount of success, and to feel really happy in what they're doing. And we are noticing massive transformation in 2020. Employees are having to operate in a completely different way than they'd ever have before. Your clients are showing up in a completely different way. They maybe have their kids home. They maybe are, operating just themselves for the majority of the time. Maybe they're not able to get the support. Whatever the case is, we all still get to thrive. They get to thrive, you get to thrive, everyone else's clients, the customer experience, the sales, everything still gets to thrive. And if it's not right now, it's because of your leadership. It's because your inability to see the intelligence behind how things need to be run. And we all need to re-navigate, we all need to shift gears, we all need to change things as things change in our circumstances, our situations, our environments, our world. And if you're not willing and able to understand the finest tuned intelligence in the world that we have to access right now, which is human design, you are missing out on a huge piece of what can radically transform your clientele, your business, your employees, your people thriving, your sales, everything gets to up level. But if you're not leading them in the way that they're designed to be led. So for example, you have an employee that suddenly, you're saying, okay, so some of us need to work from home and some of us need to be in the office. We need to split this up. How's that going to work? So all of a sudden you have unknowingly a projector that you keep in the office around other people that feels drained, that feels exhausted, that is not excited to be there. And then you put a manifesting generator in the home to work from home. And you just do it because you're just splitting people up. Imagine knowing the difference that it would make in their energy, their alignment, their power to have the manifesting generator surrounded by people lit up in the place that they desire to be. And then the projector at home to be working from home, to not be absorbing so much energy, to be highly efficient in their life and what they're doing, and to be very, very successful in what they're doing because they're focused. Imagine the shift in your team when you can just put people in the right positions where they're going to thrive. Imagine your clients were coming to you and they're like, oh, this launch is not going well. I just don't feel completely aligned. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. And you're like, hey, try this. Let's go here. It must be this. It must be that. Imagine this client coming to you and they have an undefined heart center and they're an emotional authority and they have a crazy storm going on in their life. Imagine understanding and knowing that and knowing how to handle that. So all you need to say, and again, this is a high level client that you have, not somebody that we're working on personal development with, right? Not somebody that's like, ooh, I just don't know, like, you know, what to do or how to, I'm just going to shut down and I'm going to hide. We're not talking about that client. We're talking about the client that I'm here for it. I have success. This shouldn't be happening right now. I don't understand what's going on. This hasn't happened before, or I've experienced this and this is a repeating pattern and I just need to move through this, right? This is a high level client that you have. So with this client, are you talking to me? I don't know, Lisa, am I talking to you? Crystal, yes, as leaders, I miss this. We can't do the work for them, but if they have a will, we can guide them to promote growth. Exactly. And it doesn't need to be like, this is what you need to do. It's how do I lead you so that I'm setting you up for the most amount of success? The cool thing about human design is we don't need to even tell people that we're working with their design. We obviously have to get the information for it, but we don't need to be like, well, since you have this, and since you have this, and since this, we get to listen, we get to hear, we get to take in, and then we get to navigate it in a way that's correct for them to set them up for success, to set them up to feel completely satisfied in the work that they're doing, to set them up to be completely lit up, to set them up to thrive. That's all we have to do as leaders. You guys don't need to be talking to them about human design. This doesn't need to be a big thing in your business. You get to show up in your brilliance and completely still shine while bringing them down the correct path for them. So with this client, we need large corporations to understand this. Yes, we do. We really, really do. It will be the biggest game changer for them. Holy, this is who I'm talking to. Corporations that have teams that you're just putting people in because they're filling a spot, because they applied for the position. What if they were applying for the wrong position that is incorrect for them? And all you had to do was switch them to this role, this position. This is how they're showing up. This is the work that they're doing. Everything changes. Everything changes. Your customer experience goes up. Your employee experience goes up. Everyone is happy and thriving. And we know that when people are in a workplace where they're excited to be there, where they're happy to be there, they do the work. It's no problem. They're happy to be there. And we want to create environments like that, right? So anyways, going back to the undefined heart center, the defined emotional center. So what we have to do, coaching this person, it would be as simple as, okay, do you feel like you're in an emotional wave? How are you trying to push through your emotions? What are you avoiding right now? What are you not bringing to the surface? How are you not taking care of yourself right now? And then the undefined heart, do you feel like you're putting too much pressure on yourself right now? Are you trying to prove this to somebody? Are we navigating this launch? Do you want to extend it, right? Like, what is your authority? And this was a sacral, emotional authority with a sacral, okay? So we move through the waves. We let this person take ownership of what they need to give themselves right now and give it to themselves. And then we tap into, okay, let's ditch the timeline. Let's ditch what's happening right now. Let's reframe time. Let's reframe time for you, that it doesn't matter. And then let's tap into your sacral. Do you want to extend this launch? Do you want to take a day off from the launch? Do you want to resurface how you're talking about the launch, right? Talking to the sacral so that we can understand what their true desire is to come forward and how to do that. So it doesn't need to be this huge thing. We get to fix that. We get to move through that within 5 minutes. And your coaching calls that are drawn out and you're trying to figure it out, you're trying to pinpoint, you're trying to understand, you're trying to get them to tell you, you see it, you know it, you can access it without them even knowing, and then it changes everything. So when I talked about yesterday how watered down human design is right now, what a lot of coaches are doing is something similar to that, where all they're understanding is the energy type, strategy, authority, right? And they're working within those realms, which is great and is going to create a really big shift for your clients. But these next level, like high profile coaches that are really looking for like this ease, and their clients get it because they're here, right? They know what needs to happen. And once you make that shift for them, like they're already aligned. It's just these little things that we need to clean up that we're not getting to the root of. We're not actually just coaching them in a way that's correct for them. So when you do this, it's going to make massive shifts and effortlessness, and they're just going to feel completely aligned and feel like they're finally seen, heard, and understood from you, that you are actually coaching them in a way that is thriving for them. It gets to be all about them. And then in the end, their clients thrive, they thrive, you thrive, everyone gets to win. We are in a world right now when it is imperative for win-win-win situations to occur. Nobody needs to be falling out anymore. Nobody needs to be left behind. mind. As long as people are willing to rise and really willing to stand in a position, there's so much abundance to be going around. There's so much abundance for everyone. So how are we bringing that to the table? Are we just holding it for ourselves and being like, well, I want it this way and this is how it should work and this is what worked for somebody else? Or are we like, here's abundance for everyone. Let's rise, let's rise, let's rise. Let's do this in a way that is correct for you and you and you and you and me, and everyone gets to thrive. So the HD Whisperer is exactly this. I get to lead you through what is not working right now, where the shifts need to be had, what this person is not understanding about themselves, and how they're operating out of places within their chart that is not healthy for them, that is not going to be consistent, that is pointless, that is literally pointless. And we can step into areas where they have consistent power, where they have strengths, where they have channels that are connected, where we can let that energy naturally flow, where we can let them trust themselves and to own that power and to step into it in a really authentic way. It gets to be that fun, it gets to be that easy, and it gets to be you who is smart and understands that the next level of you takes radical responsibility for your leadership, for your people, whatever that looks like for you. So if you are ready to step into a whole new world, a whole new game that is going to be the funnest game you've ever played, and up the levels of success and thriving and satisfaction and happiness for you and for all of your people that you work with, the HD Whisperer, what I do is we work through Voxer. You send me all of your client stuff. You send me whatever questions you have, whatever's going on, whatever's not working, the resistance, the whatever. The things that you need to know, the things that you're working on right now with them. And I get to lead you, guide you in a way that is totally correct for that individual. We can restructure your teams. What's not working here? Where are people falling short? Where are people shutting down? Where's the frustration coming in? It doesn't need to be like that. We don't have to have that anymore. We get to be streamlined. We get to be in alignment. We get to thrive. Everyone gets to be happy. Everyone gets to be happy. And then we just get to bask in all of the abundance that comes our way. So you guys, if you are ready for the HD Whisperer, if you are a radically responsible leader and desire stepping into your next level so that your people can step into their next level, send me a message and we can chat. Sending you so much love. Bye-bye.